Hello and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be covering how to convert mixed fractions back into improper fractions. This is just going to be a reverse of the process that we learned a couple videos ago about how to convert improper into mixed. We're just going to do the opposite here. Let's first start by looking at this fraction right here. 1 1/2. How can we convert this into an improper fraction? Well, if you remember from before, when we were converting improper fractions back into mixed fractions, what we would do is treat it like a division problem. So, like for example, 8 over 3, we would treat it as if it was 8 divided by 3, and then we would take the whole number. Part of it would be just how many times we can fit it in. So here it's 2. And then the fraction would be the remainder on top for the numerator, and then the original denominator would be the same denominator. So that's how you would convert it to a mixed fraction. Now if we're going the other direction, the opposite of division is multiplication. So that's the trick that we're going to be using here. The way to do this is, what you're going to do is you're going to multiply the denominator by the whole number part of the mixed fraction. And then you're going to add the numerator to it. So in this case, what we would do is multiply 2 times 1, which is 2, and then add the numerator on top. So it's 3. And then the number that you get from that is going to be your new numerator for the improper fraction. The denominator is still going to be the denominator of the mixed fraction, so 2 here. That's how to convert from a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. So the way you do it is denominator times whole number, and then you add numerator, and then all of this goes over the denominator. If this is difficult to remember, don't worry, it's a lot more intuitive if you do it a bunch of times and get used to it. So let's try this again with a different example. Let's try 2 1/2. Or let me write that in a different color. Let's try converting 2 1/2. So the way we're going to do it is 2 times 2 plus 1, which equals 5. And so 5 is going to be our new numerator. So the way we would convert it is 5 over the original denominator, which is 2. And 5 halves is the same thing as 2 1/2, but in an improper form. Now let's try it again with this example. Let's try 4 1/2. It'll be 2 times 4 plus 1 is equal to, well, 2 times 4 is 8, plus the 1 is equal to 9. And so 9 is the new numerator, and 2 is still the denominator. Let's do this again for 5 1/2. It's 2 times 5 plus the 1 from here, and then we get 11 for that. So 11 is the numerator, 2 is still the denominator. Let's try 6 2/3. So we're going to multiply the denominator by 6, then add 2, which gets us, this is 18 right here, plus the 2 is 20. So now numerator is 20, denominator is still 3. Now we're going to do one last one. It's going to be 8 3/4. We're going to do 4 times 8 plus the 3. 4 times 8 is 32, plus the 3 from before is 35. And now that's their numerator, and then our denominator is 4. That's how to convert a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.